Hey guys, Redneck Mini 14 here, continuing the video series of my go-to guns. Now, I already talked about my go-to pistols. This video is going to be about my go-to shotguns. I have 4 shotguns that I would consider my go-tos if the crap ever did hit the fan and I had to bug out with my family, my neighbors, my friends, whoever I'm with at the time. And they're all, with the same kind of theme as the pistols. With the shotguns, I do have all the same type of shotgun and actually all the same brand of shotgun as with the pistols. For a good reason. It's because that a lot of the internal parts on these shotguns and also the barrels and stocks and all that kind of stuff can interchange between them. As with the pistols, not every single thing can switch between them, but a lot of things can. And the biggest things I would think would be the stocks, the barrels on these 3. I also have extra barrels on a couple of these that can go with this as well. Trigger groups can switch between all of them. Bolts and pretty much everything in the inside of the shotgun can interchange. Really, there's only a couple things that can't. With this one, you can't change out the barrel or the mag tube because it's a different setup than the other 3. The safeties on the Mavericks are different than the safeties on the Mossberg 500. So like if you switched a 500 trigger group into a Maverick 88, it would work, but you wouldn't have a safety. And the same goes if you take the trigger group from the Maverick, put it in the Mossberg 500, you have 2 safeties. But, theoretically I think that all works, just that, one way you don't have a safety, the other way you have 2 safeties. But in a pinch, it could work. Now, which one would be my number 1 go-to? That would be the Maverick 88 up here. It's my home defense gun. I have it set up with a side saddle and a high-vis sight, and I'm going to put a sling on it. So I'd say that is my number 1 go-to shotgun. But this is another Maverick 88 with an 18-inch or 18.5-inch barrel, and I also have a 28-inch barrel for it. This would be another good go-to option to add to the arsenal. And then I have 2 Mossberg 500s. This one is an old beat-up Mossberg 500, but it still runs really good. And then we have my wood stocked Mossberg 500. Again, this one, like that one up there, has 2 barrels to go with it. So, between 4 shotguns, I have 6 barrels. And, like I said, a lot of the parts interchange between all of them. So that, to me, makes for a good go-to shotgun, or a good go-to set of shotguns as I have here. I also have a 20-gauge Maverick 88, which I kept out of this because these are all 12-gauge, and in order for the parts to interchange, they have to be the same gauge. Now, I wouldn't hesitate to use that 20 gauge as like a hunting gun if the crap ever hit the fan, because you gotta have food, you gotta have something to eat. So a good 20 gauge would be a good bird hunting gun, but and it's still similar, same ergonomics to all these. But as far as my go-to defensive guns, I would definitely go with these. And again, if I had multiple people in my group, I would maybe hand a couple of them out. I wouldn't necessarily take all 4 of them, but 1, maybe 2, possibly 3, depending on the size of the group, would be a good add-on to the arsenal. So I have the 5 P-Series pistols, which are good sidearms for everybody, and then I have these shotguns, which would be a good set of shotguns to add. And then, of course, we'll have the rifles in the next video. So those are my go-to shotguns, 2 Mossberg 500s and 2 Mossberg Maverick 88s. If you're looking for a good set of go-to shotguns, you don't have to go with Mossberg 500. You could go with Remington 870s. You could go with some old Winchesters or even some new Winchesters. I think the Winchester SXP is a really good choice of shotgun. But as far as like commonality and everything being able to come across what you also have in the field, I'd say Mossberg 500, 590, Maverick 88, or Remington 870. Those are your two biggest and best options in my opinion. And of course I'd go with 12 gauge all the way because of just the fact that there's more 12 gauge shotguns out there and there's more 12 gauge ammunition out there than any other gauge. So anyway, those are my go-to shotguns. Subscribe to my channel, like me on Facebook. I'm Redneck Mini 14, and until next time, be safe.